Go in. I can see now. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do Madison Beer's Vogue makeup tutorial. I remember watching this and being like, oh my god, I'm definitely gonna create this, like recreate this for a YouTube video. And then I just didn't do it, and I feel like everyone is doing it now, and it's like, obviously I didn't think of it, but like everyone is starting to do it now, and I feel like it was just weird that we all thought the same thing, like, oh my god, we're gonna recreate this. Out of all the people that have done a makeup tutorial with Vogue, like Madison Beer was one that everyone was like, I need her makeup tutorial, because she just looks so good all the time. Her skin is always so glowy, she has like that perfect kind of almond eye shape. So of course we're going to recreate the look. I know I'm not going to look like Madison Beer, but we can try. And now I don't have the exact same products as her, so my products would probably be a bit more affordable, so I will actually link them down below. But they're very, very similar, so I'm so excited to try this. I think we're just going to get straight into it, and I'm going to get her video up on my phone. I'm just going to kind of go through it like that. But yeah, I'm actually excited, and I can't wait to see how it turns out, because I love like the kind of like cat eye that she creates all the time. So Madison Beer Vogue, she's just so fab, like it's so sad. Okay, I'm going to leave this up.
Hey guys, it's Madison Beer and I'm here today.
So I've already washed and moisturized my face, so I use the Image Cleanser, the Image SPF for every day, and then I use the It Cosmetics eye cream, so I've done that already, and obviously brush my teeth and all that. So the first step she does is soap brows, so I actually have the soap brows here, and she just brushes this through her brows. Her brows are so fab. I feel like we definitely have similar eyebrows, because I never ever went at my brows. I should probably flip back my hair. I never went at my brows before, and I remember being like, oh my god, I need to like get at my eyebrows. And then Madison Beer came on the scene, and she had unreal bushy eyebrows, and that's when I was like, no, actually I won't go near them, because I know for a fact everyone's gonna want bushy eyebrows in a few years, and here we are all wanting bushy eyebrows. So thank god I didn't attack my brows. But okay, first step is soap brows. The sink is the whole way over there, so I'm actually just gonna spray some like setting spray in here, and I'll brush my spoolie through it. I usually always use the Refi Beauty Brow Sculpt. I do like the soap brows, but it never worked for me. I'd always got too soapy. It could be just the way I'm using it now. Like, as I can kind of see here, it's getting properly like soapy, which annoys me. That's why I don't use it, but Madison Beer uses it, so I feel like I kind of have to. And obviously after using this you have to wait for it to set, because when you're obviously, like when you're adding water to soap, it's going to get soapy. But you need it to set, you need it to dry back down. But I'm just going to brush my brows straight up. Did that do anything? I suppose it did. Okay, so that's one brow done. And I think she just puts soap brows in her brows. I don't think she actually puts like product in them. So thank god I have dark hairs, because anyone else would like want to fill in their brows, of course. If you are someone with lighter brow hairs, this, after doing this, would be the time to just fill them in. I always go in with like the brow gel first. So if I was to fill in my brows, I would apply this like soap brows or the brow sculpt, and then I'd fill them in, because I try to get the shape with the brow sculpt and then fill in where I need to fill in. Whereas when my eyebrows are like flat, I will try to make a big fluffy brow, and then when I brush them up, they get even bigger. So try sculpt out your brows first, and then go to fill in whatever you actually need to fill in, because when you actually do that, you'll notice that you don't have to use as much product. So definitely try that. So that's the brows done. To be honest, I actually do like that soap brow. It usually never works for me, but maybe today is just my lucky day that it just decided to work. They're just a bit sticky, but they're different. So next,
and again, I don't know if it's a skin tint is what it's called.
She's using the skin tint and a beauty blender. So the skin tint that I have is the Lottie London. This is actually the Velvet Skin Tint Foundation. So I thought this was like the perfect match. It might be a bit dark for me. This is the shade Medium N025. And I have my beauty blender here. So I'm just gonna put this on the back of my hand. She only uses the tiniest little bit, which I actually like, and this is very similar to MAC Face and Body. So anyone that's looking for a skin tint, MAC Face and Body is so nice, and it comes in obviously a bigger bottle than that. Like, that's very small. But again, Lottie London is fab. Now I don't think Lottie London are delivering to Ireland anymore. I know I tried to order something and it said that it wasn't delivering. Now that could have been the time that it was, like Brexit was like a new thing, so you can try now if you want. I'll link it down below, but I'll also link the MAC Face and Body because it's so fab. So she just goes in with her beauty blender and she starts under her eyes. I apologise for my sound being on my phone. I always say I'm going to turn it off and then I don't, because I miss about 400 phone calls when I turn it off. So my beauty blender actually isn't that wet. I actually wet this yesterday and it's kind of damp, so I just left it like that. I feel like I prefer it when it's almost dry. I feel like it definitely gives a lot more coverage. So I'm just applying this everywhere, I suppose. Does she apply it everywhere?
It's supposed to even out your skin tone. I actually really like the way it looks. Also, yes, I know I aggressively beat my face when I'm doing this, but... Okay, so next up is the Lord and Savior of concealers.
Slow down, girly. Okay, so I'm just putting this all over my face. I love the finish of this one. I love how natural it is. I love how natural Madison Beer's makeup is all the time. Like, she always looks so good, and she is someone that says that she struggles with like her skin, which I like that she is someone that can actually say that, because not a lot of famous people would actually come out and say like that they have struggles, when to be honest they're all human. Like, we all have skin struggles. Just because you have loads of money doesn't mean your skin is going to be absolutely unreal, because that's just not how it works. But yeah, she has said that she gets breakouts on her cheeks and stuff, and I actually have a breakout myself around here. So yeah, it's nice to know that Madison Beer also gets spots. So next she's going to have a concealer.
Concealer I've been using forever, and I feel like I just started getting into makeup a bit more in the last like 2 years.
So now she's moving on to concealer. So the concealers that I have is the All Covered 102 concealer from Inglot, and the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage Concealer, and I have the shade 020. Now they are very light, but because my skin tint is so dark, it might actually kind of reverse contour and just brighten it up a bit, because I feel a bit tangled right now. But we're just going to see where she applies it.
I actually never thought I was good at it, to be honest with you, and I used to have eyelash extensions, and I used to just not really care to wear makeup because that felt...
So an ad just obviously appeared because I don't have YouTube Premium. Like, does anyone recommend YouTube Premium, or is it just a way of YouTube making more money? Because ads are just so annoying.
I'm just too lazy, to be frank, but when I'm in the mood and I have time to do like a full face, I will, because I like doing makeup. That was custard, and then...
So she's going underneath the eyes. This is very light. She puts it right under here. Now I don't usually go the whole way underneath my eye like this, but I'm literally going to copy exactly what she's doing so that I can look exactly like her. No, I'm joking. But I'm going to copy what she's doing and just see what way it turns out. Usually I wouldn't go the whole way underneath my eye. I would just go up into the inner corner and then drag it out here and leave the space free. It's just less product, but it looks good on Madison Beer. Hopefully it'll look good on me. And then she also brings it down the side of the nose, on the cupid's bow, and on the chin. And then again, yeah, up here. Okay, we're looking crazy. I love doing these Vogue tutorials. I love watching them. I think it's like everyone's goal to do a Vogue tutorial. They're just so cool. Yeah, God, I'm always in my bathroom and I'll be like, okay, so this is my Vogue. I always imagine like what my bathroom will look like when I have a Vogue tutorial. When I have a Vogue tutorial, as if like I'm going to get a Vogue tutorial. But yeah, it has always been a dream. Like, I feel like you've made it if you have a Vogue tutorial. I feel like everyone on those Vogue, that do Vogue tutorials literally have the same bathroom. Like, does anyone else feel like everyone's bathroom looks the exact same, just different? I don't even know how to explain it. Like, their bathrooms just look so nice. Their bathrooms are honestly bigger than my house. But I'll have a bath like that someday. I will, I promise. And I'll do my own Vogue tutorial then. So now she's going in to cream contour and she's using the Charlotte Tilbury wand. I don't have that, so I'm going to use the MAC Studio stick. Anyone that's been following me on Instagram for a while knows that I'm obsessed with the stick. Like, and this is actually the same stick. That is all I have left. Like, that is so sad. I really, really need a new one. I love it and I love how it blends out. The Charlotte Tilbury one looks a lot more creamier. Creamier, is that a word? And a lot darker, but we'll work with what we have. I'm sorry about the light, it's going to keep changing. It's probably better now that it's after getting a bit darker. So she just applies it on the cheek, just here, and very, very high as well. So I feel like that's how she gets that like lifted cheekbone effect. I feel like that's why we all want to do this tutorial, is to get cheekbones like Madison Beer. And she just applies it on the forehead. And that is it. It's so weird to not apply it anywhere else, but we're doing exactly what Madison's doing. So I'm just going to blend this out now with my beauty blender.
That I do it. My favorite product in makeup, period, is blush.
So next she's going to have a cream blush, and she's using the Charlotte Tilbury blush, which again I don't have, but I have the Revolution Pro Blush and Lift. This has like a tingling sensation to it, which I found weird at the start, but to be honest, it actually kind of lifts the face and gives like a plump to the face. So Madison Beer puts on a lot of blush, which I love. I love blush so much, so thank God. So she puts it across the cheeks here, and again on her nose as well. And she actually said that if she could go, like if she could only have like one makeup product for the rest of her life, it would be blush. And I feel like I would have to agree with her. Like, a bit of blush, even without makeup on, it just adds life to your face. So I would definitely agree with her on that. So that is enough blush, I think.
This, I don't care if I had pimples and no concealer, I would use blush.
Same. Okay, so now she's using her beauty blender and she's just blending this out. And she actually brings this quite far in towards the nose and almost just like blends it the whole way across. I was always someone that brought blush in underneath my eye because I found it made your face look youthful, because lots of like younger people have nice rosy cheeks, so I always just found that it made my face look a lot more youthful. My camera is flashing red, I'm gonna have to plug it in. We're just gonna blend out this blush. That's the blush blended out. We're gonna have to plug you in. Might be a change of scenery, but we're gonna get through this video. So change of scenery because I had to plug in my camera, but we move. The only thing I'm finding now is that the foundation is sticking to the soap brows, which doesn't look nice at all. Like, the foundation is like gathered in my eyebrows. I knew there was a reason why I didn't do my eyebrows first ever. Like, I always did my brow sculpt last, and this is why. So yeah, I suppose I might just have to like wipe that off and fix that, but we'll get on with it. We'll leave it for now. So next she is powdering her face with Charlotte Tilbury powder in the shade 02 medium. I actually have that. Just going to use that now with a little brush. So this is actually similar to the brush she's using as well. So this is the Blank Canvas Cosmetics F87 brush. I actually love this brush so much. It was gifted to me, which is mad because I love blank canvas brushes so much. So now to have them gifted to me is crazy. So she just applies this underneath the eyes and almost just like in the T-zone. She had like spots on her cheek, so that is why she went in with powder. She said that she usually doesn't go in with powder, which, to be honest, I love that like glowy look, but I would always just set down anywhere that I applied concealer because then it's not going to crease, but that's all you need. Like, anywhere you just applied concealer is the only place you need to be applying powder, so that is what I'm doing. The lighting might be a bit dark. I hope it's not, My lighting on my camera always looks strange, but then when I actually put it onto my Mac and edit it, it looks completely different. So I'm hoping that that is the case with the lighting right now.
Bronzer. You can see how filthy this is. I use it all the time.
So she's going in with the Fenty Beauty bronzer. Now I don't have that, but I have a Flomar bronzer, which the shade is very, very similar. Like I've heard so many people actually say that this is very similar to the Fenty bronzer, so that's what I'm going to use. And she has a big like dome brush, so I have a blank canvas brush here that I'm going to use, and she just puts this where she put the cream bronzer, so I'm just going to do that as well. I feel like everyone's makeup routine now is going to be this, like everyone is going to be wearing Madison Beer's makeup look, like, because it just looks so good. Like everyone I've seen do this so far looks unreal, like they look so good. So I was like, okay, like I need to just do it. So I feel like this is going to be everyone's look from now on. I'm just bringing this down my neck because my face is definitely darker than my neck right now. I actually scrubbed off my tan in the shower last night and I feel so pale, like I just don't feel like myself. So my hands are definitely a lot dark or a lot lighter than my face, but let's just ignore that for now. So next she actually contours her nose. So I'm just gonna get a like dome brush. She had a flat brush that she used to contour her nose. I never actually contour my nose really because I was always just afraid to. Like I feel like my nose is so small already that if I went over it, it would look crazy. But so is Madison Beer's, so I'm like, maybe it mightn't look that bad. So I'm just going to use this angled fluffy brush. It's honestly the only brush I can find right now. And she goes down the sides of her nose. So just taking a small bit of bronzer, going down the side of my nose. Okay, not too bad so far. She seems to just be following like her own nose shape, so she's not making it any smaller. She's almost like accentuating her natural nose shape. But to be honest, her nose is actually perfect. I'm just applying it under here. This actually helps to lift the nose. I do usually put my bronzer underneath here, and it creates like a shadow, which means your nose looks a lot lifted and a lot more of like a button shape. So anyone that feels like they have like a long nose in around here, definitely add some depth and it'll honestly lift up your nose. As you can see there, my nose looks lifted already. And again, just applying a small bit here, creates a shadow and makes it look like you have a little button nose. So, I suppose it doesn't look too bad. No, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, we'll move on. And for more blush, so her blush is really, really glowy. Again, it's Fenty Beauty. I don't have that, but I have the MAC Just a Pinch blush, which I love so much. I've been using it for a long time now, and I always go back to buying this again. So she's actually using like a big fluffy brush, so I'm going to get a big fluffy brush and apply my blush. I'm just going to use this brush. This is actually from Primark, I think. So just grabbing that. She loves blush and I love blush, so I'm very happy to be following this tutorial and applying this straight across the cheeks. Even though I am someone with, Jesus, I made the whole table shake there. I am someone with a lot of texture on my face. I have been for a while. Honestly, I don't know how to get rid of it. But even though I have like texture on my face, I still love a glowy look and I love applying like glowy blush, which would be weird for someone that has texture because you would always like try to avoid that. But I've just learned to accept it because I love a glowy blush too much to have to not wear it. So I actually don't care. So putting this across my nose, I literally put it everywhere. And I love a glowy blush because you don't have to go in with highlight then. Now she does go in with a lot of cream highlight here. Powder highlight though, I just don't like it at all. I don't know, it just looks grey on the face. I've never found one that I truly like. Now I have a few from Inglot and stuff that I've actually tried recently, which I do genuinely like, but I just never tend to go for it. So I always just go for a glowy blush and then that's it, like that's my glow sorted for the day, so I don't have to worry about powder blush or powder highlight, sorry. But yeah, we are very glowy right now. I actually love it. So next,
too much blush in my world, so I just going on.
True, you can't
Just
have
make it as obnoxiously blushy as possible without looking too crazy.
So now she's doing eyes. So she's using her own Morphe palette, which I actually don't have, but I feel like I need to now after watching that. But I'm using the Cash Beauty palette, very love palette, and I feel like it has similar shades. I'm just gonna go for a warm brown look, so anyone that has warm brown shadows, just use those. So first of all, she actually applies a shimmer, like a champagne shimmer, across her whole lid and up to her brow with a fluffy brush. So I'm gonna go in with gemstone here, just a tiny bit because these shadows are so pigmented. And I'm just gonna apply this straight across the lid with a fluffy brush. This is just going to help disperse it. She always has a really bright eye, so obviously this is the hack, is to go in with the bright champagne color first and then start deepening it up. So now she is taking a medium brown and an almost like dark brown shadow and putting it through the crease. So I'm going to go in with Burnt and Script mixed together, and I'm going to put that through the crease now. These shadows are so pigmented. I don't want a lot of shadow because I just feel like she doesn't have that much. Like, it doesn't look like she has that much on her actual eyelid. It almost looks like a natural dark crease. So I'm gonna try achieve that as best as I can. That is definitely enough for that eye. And again, the lid is still so bright, so it's just brightening up the eye. Just gonna do the other eye now. So now I'm just going in with the MAC 224 brush, which she actually uses in this tutorial, and I'm going in with a more of a cooler brown, and I'm just going to focus this through the crease just to create a small bit more depth. This brush is really good. She actually mentions that she loves this brush. I love it because it's like a tapered blending brush, so it's going to get the product where you want it to be because it is tapered, so it's going to focus it. But again, when you start moving it, it does get fluffy. As you can see, it's a lot pointier on the top and then it gets fluffier. So it's focusing the product, but then the outside bristles are actually blending, which is perfect. It's like the perfect brush, and it's the perfect size as well to just get the job done quickly. So we're gonna leave it that like that, and now she's drop everything. Now she's taking an angled brush and she's creating her little fox eye. This is what I'm excited about. Like, this is the Madison Beer look, is the fox eye. So I hope that I get it right. Like, I hope that this looks okay. We need to try to find a good angled brush. Okay, I have one from MAC. This is a MAC 263. This is very pointy. Hoping that this works, like really hoping. Okay.
Savior is this Morphe Madison Beer brush. This is the best eyeshadow color in the world. So I use this brush for my inner corner, and that is it. And this is what I do. So I always try to look down or like center.
So she actually uses a smaller brush for the inner corner and then uses a brush like this for the outer corner, which might actually help not get it everywhere. So I'm going to do that. I need to try to find a smaller brush for the inner corner. My brushes are so dirty, they really need to be cleaned. I'm just doing makeup look after makeup look, and then I will like clean them all together. Small brush. I feel like Madison Beer's eye shape is almost like this kind of shape already. Okay, this is a bit smaller, so I might just use, no I won't, there's actually black on that brush. That could have been a disaster. Ooh. So I feel like Madison Beer's eye shape is like, her inner corner has like the perfect cat eye look anyway. So obviously when she does this, she's just following her natural eye shape. But I feel like my inner corner is a lot more open, whereas hers kind of curls in. So it's going to look different, and I know it's going to look different on everyone, but I just wanted to make that clear. I'm actually just covering my tracks so I don't look like an idiot. Okay, this might work, no it won't. Okay, I can't find, I just coughed and now I feel like my eyes are gonna water. I can't find a smaller brush, so this brush is just gonna have to do. I'm going in with the shade Wreck, which is a dark brown. I'll actually show you. Just this dark brown here. I always do actually do my liner with a dark brown rather than a black because I feel like it's a lot less harsh, and I feel like if you mess up it's not as noticeable, and you can just build it up. So the inner corner, God, this is scary. Okay, I'm just gonna follow my natural eye shape rather than try to create hers. And trying to use the tip of the brush. Okay, already I can look, like I can see that almost like cat eye look. So she goes in there and in here. Oh God. I need to get like a skinny brush like this. Okay. I have like eyelashes in my inner corner, so whenever I go at my inner corner, it tickles so much. I'm bringing this up to meet my lash line as well, because my lashes aren't as dark in the inner corner, so if I was to just apply liner here and stop, you will notice it. So I want it to almost look like my lash line is going the whole way down. And again in here, I'm just going to apply a small bit. Okay, that's not that bad. I'm just going to do the other eye now and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, that might look crazy, but we're just gonna move. Honestly, I can't stay and do that anymore because my eyes are gonna water. I can feel it already. So now for the outer corner, she goes in with an angle brush.
Shadow color. What I do is I'll look and I will imagine if I had a really long eyelash coming out from here, like.
So what she says she does for the outer corner is she imagines that she has a really long eyelash on the outer corner and she imagines where it would sit, and then that's where she draws the line, which is a really good idea because it's going to look a lot more natural and almost just look like your lashes are naturally like that. So I'm going to look for my outer lash line. This is going to be so hard. So lash line, the line would be around here. Okay. The good thing with using powder though is if you mess up you can brush it away. So I'm just creating that line and I'm going to blend it into the lash line so it just looks like it's naturally coming from the lash line. And I'm also going, sorry, I'm so concentrated right now, but I'm going to just blend it to my lower lash line as well. So that is one eye done. Not too bad, not gonna lie, with a bit of mascara it will look okay, and it has definitely lifted my eye, like I can imagine that like Madison Beer eye now. So now it's time to match the other eye and not get it wrong, so I'll be back when the other eye is done. Okay, so my liner, honestly, they're two different liners, but I actually don't care. I can't make them any different. We're just gonna have to get on with it. We're just gonna have to move. Okay, so now she's going with cream highlight. So she has, again, the Charlotte Tilbury sticks. I feel like I need them. After washing this, I'm actually gonna go and get them because they look so good in her skin. But I do have the Dripping Gold Luxury Tanning Glow Stick. So this is just an illuminating highlight from Sosu by Suzanne Jackson. So I'm just gonna apply this. This actually came in a set that I was gifted by a local hairdressers actually. They gave me out this set and it looks really nice. Tops of her cheeks. It's quite a bit glowy. Calm down, okay. So just to her cheeks. And then she blends it out with her sponge. Again, she is actually using her sponge for all her cream products, which I would usually do myself because I feel like it definitely blends it out really, really nice and seamlessly. So just patting this in. And what I find with that cream stick and obviously the Charlotte Tilbury stick as well, I did actually work at Charlotte Tilbury and I have used sticks, so I know that they're nice. They can be applied over powder, which is a plus because when you apply your powder and everything, like your liquid highlight and all that almost just disappears. So it's nice to be able to just reapply it back so they can be applied over powder without lifting your foundation or anything like that. So just blend this out, make sure it's seamless. Yeah, that's fab. The glow. This is her high cheekbones are showing. My high cheekbones are definitely getting in there now with that highlight. So we're gonna move on.
I double up on highlighter a little bit. I really like this glossy one. It's called Play, I think. And it's a very similar thing to what I just did, but it's a slight variation in pigment, I guess. and I put it on with my fingers.
So she's applying more liquid highlight. I actually have this Champagne Liquid Illuminator from Flomar. So I'm going to use my fingers to apply this. This is a lot more of a warmer undertone than the one we just applied. So as she said, she puts on 2 different liquid highlights, but they're different variations of color. So we can do that. God, the glow. This is a really, really nice like summery makeup look. Like this is so fab. So she applies it with her fingers, and the warmth of your fingers will actually help to blend this further. So this is a good tip. Ignore my nails. Like I had a shower last night and my nail varnish. I've opted to just paint my nails because I just feel like my stick-ons, like they just don't last. Like I just feel like when I'm searching through my bags and I'm like opening makeup palettes, they just pop off. That's just what happens. So I've opted to just paint my nails, and then last night in the shower I was like having a nice deep shower and my nail varnish all just peeled off like all in one go. So they look awful right now. There's actually tan like embedded in my nails, so I need to sort them out, but just ignore them for now. But this glow looks so nice, like so nice. I feel like I need to go in with a small bit more blush just to almost like merge them together, so I'm just going to do that. So now she's just going in with some mascara. So I'm using the Koyce Lashes to Kill Sexy Volume Mascara. That is actually what this one is. So I'm just going to use this now and just coat my top lashes with this. So this is one layer of that mascara. Oh my god, I need to zoom in and show you. Please, look at my lashes. Look at my lashes. Okay, so I am actually using a eyelash serum. Now I have had long lashes for my whole life. Like I've always had long lashes. So when I got sent this eye glow lash serum, I was like, this isn't going to work. Like I'm going to be the worst person ever to show that eyelash serum works because my lashes were long anyway. Oh my god, my lashes are so much longer, and you know what I find is I have more lashes. Like I had long lashes but they weren't full. I am after growing extra lashes from that eye glow serum. I'm going to link that down below for you. You can actually use, they set me up a code, I think it's just Koyce. I don't get paid for it at all, it's just for you to use, so I'm going to leave that down below as well and you get money off. But again, this mascara, like obviously this mascara plays a big role in this as well. So this is the Koyce Lashes to Kill Sexy Volume Mascara. I'll leave this down below as well. Oh my god, this is my first time using this mascara, and wow, like wow. This is so nice. So I'm just going like from the root to the tip, being careful that I don't get it on my lid. I actually got it on my other lid, but just leave it dry and it'll flake off. But oh my god, like wow, like I am obsessed with applying mascara lately. I feel like I don't need lashes. Like I actually only ever apply lashes when I'm doing like a crazy look. But even at that, like loads of mascara literally looks like I'm wearing false lashes. Wow. Okay, moving on.
So anyways, now I'm going to my highlighter. And I use this color right here, which I made sure that I would have something that I could use in my inner corner in this palette. And
now she's just highlighting the inner corner, so we're just going to use the champagne color that I used from the palette already, and just a small bit, so tap off the excess and just apply it to like the inner bottom lash line is where she actually applies it, and this definitely makes her eyes pop. It almost lifts the inner corner. As you can see there, that looks really nice. Fab. Okay, moving on to lips.
Liner because it matches my lip tone and I can get away with overlining my lips a lot and it doesn't really show. And already you can see this is where my lip is.
So now moving on to lip liner, I'm using the Cash Beauty Rose Nude Lip Liner. This is like my own lip color but better. So I love this. This is actually what she goes in with. So she goes in with like her own lip color, just a small bit darker, because you can overline your lips and it's not going to look too harsh. I'm going to do that now and I'll be back. So that is the lip liner. A bit of overlining doesn't hurt anyone. When you go in with a lip when you go in with a lip liner that is the same shade as your natural lip tone, you can get away with overlining without it looking crazy. So I just overline my cupid's bow and then meet up to my natural lip line down at the outer corners, and the same underneath. So you can see like my lip would start. You get that like small little white line around your lips. That's where you actually overline. So just below your natural lip line, you'll just start your lips. And that's it, then you'll meet up to your outer corners. So my lips look really, really full now. I actually love them. So next she applies gloss. I actually didn't bring over gloss, so I need to go get that now. So she uses a lip oil, and it's almost like a golden kind of undertone. Now I don't have the lip oil, but I'm just gonna apply this Inglot X Mora lip line or lip gloss in Runway. So I'm just gonna apply this onto my lips now. And she applies it the whole way up, so the whole way up to where she lined her lips. Even though it's on the skin, when you apply gloss on top, it looks like they're natural lips. That's what we're gonna do. And that is the gloss. And the last step that she does is she puts in her hoops. So I'm gonna take out these little baby hoops that I have and put in my big hoops. I am the exact same as her. Like if I'm not wearing my hoops, even just the baby hoops, I honestly don't feel like myself. Like I always have to wear hoops. Stud earrings just make me feel like I'm doing nothing. Like if I'm wearing stud earrings, that's it, I'm doing nothing for the day. But when my hoops are in, I feel so much better. These hoops are actually from Enchant. I can link them down below for you. They're very similar to the ones that she has on herself. And that is it. So let's just finish watching her tutorial and see if we miss any steps. And then we're done.
It's a very strange, weird day for me.
And this is the finished look. Okay, I'm actually obsessed with how this turned out. Like, okay, I don't look like Madison Beer, but I feel so good. Like, I look like, this is almost like a makeup look that would make you look naturally pretty, because she is obviously naturally pretty, but it almost just enhances like your eyes, makes your skin glow, look really, really natural. Okay, I'm actually obsessed. So I had so much fun following through that Vogue tutorial. So if you find like any other people that do like Vogue tutorials or any makeup tutorials online, definitely comment down below and I can definitely copy those, because this was so fun. Like I love recreating people's looks and literally following step by step. Because we all do makeup so differently, like I love to copy someone like exactly how they do it and see how it turns out. Like I literally put like my concealer where I wouldn't usually put concealer and all that, and like the blush in towards the nose. I just feel like now that I've done it, I love it. So it's just a great way to almost like see how other people do makeup and just learn new techniques. But yeah, I actually had so much fun filming this. So again, if you know anyone else that you want me to copy their tutorials, please comment down below, because this was so fun. And yeah, that is it for today. So I feel like everyone needs to now sit down and copy this tutorial, because it looks so good. It would honestly blow your mind. Like you will be wearing this makeup look now and for the rest of your life, because I feel so pretty. But yeah, so that is it. I'm going to leave all of my socials and everything down below. You can follow me over on Instagram. I actually just announced that I'm doing live chat sessions every single Thursday at around 7 or 8. I know this Thursday it's at 8 o'clock, and then the following Thursday will be at 7 o'clock. So you will just see it on my Instagram. But I'm getting different guests on every week and we're going to be talking about different topics. It's going to be juicy and I have some really exciting guests coming on. So yeah, definitely follow me over there and have a look at that. But yeah, that's it. So I will see you all in my next video. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and again comment down below what you want to see next. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.